shirts, is it true that they sell it anywhere? Yeah. They want an investigative TV.
We're about ready to go out.
No, not now. I started on one of those.
So you're saying I just should go 101 to 134. Just read it. But that what I write.
I'm not. I've been told
Sorry to interrupt. Thank you, Steve. I'm Kevin Modesti. This is Gary Shepard. We have loosely organized this event. Thanks everybody for coming. Thanks to the Encino Little League for the use of the field. Thanks to the Daily News people for observing the dress code. Shirts untucked. Toeless shoes or no shoes at all. And mustard stains. We hope we've chosen an appropriate place to celebrate Matt. A place where the next generation of Matts is learning to love baseball and love sports and love the stories that come out of them. This gathering might be the last of Matt's many great gifts to his friends. A lot of us getting together after a long time or for the first time, enjoying each other's company and of course celebrating Matt. Along those lines, we want to save as much time for people to continue to mingle. But we also want to give everybody a chance to get up and celebrate Matt in whatever fashion you would like. Funny stories, we hope. Maybe a song, Jerry?
Oh, you're awesome.
But I like to say, because I think it needs to be said, and Matt would love it to be said, that though we love Matt because of who he was and his friendship and his foibles, if there were foibles, I think there may have been, he was also really, really good at what he did. And in fact, that for many of us here in California, that's why he came into our lives, because he was a really good editor and baseball writer and hockey writer. And he worked hard at it, and he cared a lot about it, and he was always trying to learn how the great ones did it, and always trying to get closer to being a great one himself. When I went back on the day that Matt passed away and read in the Daily News archives his coverage of the 1988 World Series, and especially the Kirk Gibson home run, I realized how great he was on his best days. I mean, his lead on Kirk Gibson was a home run in itself. I think it went, Tom Lasorda knew Kirk Gibson's knees were shot. He needed Gibson's shoulders to carry the Dodgers one more time. And that summed it up. And it sent you into this great, dramatic, poetic, but tough account of probably the greatest moment Matt covered, not just because of what happened on the field, but because of what happened in the press box, where Matt really stepped up. A home run of a story covering the greatest home run we've all ever seen. Gary, would you like to say a few words and then begin to bring up anybody, or everybody, we hope, who has something to say?
Thanks, Kevin. I haven't been in the newspaper industry for 18 years. Some people say I was clairvoyant. And most of you people never knew me because I worked the desk. I had a different type of relationship, and I really don't know you. You guys are a bunch of names to me. but it's nice to put faces to names finally. I was on the desk that night of Kirk Gibson's home run, and I can remember Matt actually made deadline that night. So Matt was such a wonderful person. He covered his beat so extraordinary, and he was easy to work with. And what struck me so much after I left newspapers is how much Matt cared about newspapers. He would come and say, "Gary, do you have any ideas? What do you think of this front page?" I was selling insurance, and he was asking me these questions. He says, "The newspaper industry needs you back." He would always say he cared so much. I think if he hadn't died, it would probably kill him to see what's happening in newspapers right now, unfortunately. But he really loved. People have described him as Oscar Madison. He was disheveled, but he really cared about newspapers, and he cared about the people. In fact, I don't think any of us, or very few of us, will know the depth of Matt's illness. He never complained. He always asked about you, at least to me. He always asked about me, about my relatives, about my friends. Never really caring about himself. He found great joy in finding out about each other's, learning about stories, and he was really a special guy, and I'll miss him. A couple housekeeping things that I want to share with you. There are bathrooms back, if you continue along that other field over there. Those are available. Encino Little League has kindly donated the space, which we are extremely appreciative. If we can clean up after ourselves, I think it's the least we could do. So please do that. And then the pictures, please, if you haven't signed the pictures, please go ahead and sign it. And there's a bucket over there. If you brought baseball cards and you didn't place them in the bucket already, you're welcome to do that. We'll probably donate them to the Major League Baseball Urban Academy in Compton. So I think Matt would be proud to see it there.